Hey guys, Nigel here with you again. Nigel's modelling bench, but you knew that. So here we are again back at the bench, and I'm going to do another review for you now. This is going to be a kit review. I'll start off by saying, first of all, I've got a stinking cold and it's a horrible cough. So if the video appears to be a little bit jumpy in places, it's because I have a coughing fit and I edit that bit out. Okay, so obviously I've got the camera here over the bench and I've got the camera here over here looking at me, and I'll keep moving between the two. And basically, I'm sort of going to run them both together, so I slice out sections. So if it looks a bit jumpy, that's why, okay? So basically, the kit I bought was this one. It's a kit I've already got, but in another form. So it's this one here. This is the Revell / Dragon BF 110 C2 C7 in 32nd scale. Now this is actually the Dragon kit, I believe. It's not to be confused with the old 1974 BF 110 from Revell. That's a very, well, obviously 1974 is very, very old now. It's even older than me. That's saying something. So basically, yeah, this is a Dragon reboxing. So this is something Revell do quite a lot. They rebox a lot of ICM, Hasegawa, and now they've obviously done this Dragon kit. They've done some Korean kits from Academy. They've done all sorts. So it's always worth looking on the box. I'll show you in a minute where to look, and you can get an idea of where it's come from. But you need to be very, very careful, because the other thing, Revell would think nothing of doing this lovely flashy box art, giving you all the details about it, and then all of a sudden you find it's the 1974 kit and you've paid 50 quid for it. So yeah, basically, you know, they would think nothing of put it, and that 96 scale Saturn V I bought, it's got on there brand new, you know, or new on the box. That was like 2 years ago, and it's you know, it's a 1960s kit. Crazy. So anyway, this boxing here is also the same as this boxing here. This is the Dragon boxing, and you can see it's got the same livery and everything on it. It's a better box. As we all know, Revell boxes are pretty poo. But this kit, I bought this back when it first came out in 2008, 2007. I can't remember now. And I really was impressed with it. I've never built it, never started it. I really, really do like it. But I think it was like 80 or 90 pounds back then. So this one I got on Amazon for 50 quid, this Revell kit. So I was really, really amazed with it. But I've got this one out so that we can compare, because there's one thing about Dragon that everyone says: the best bit of aftermarket you can buy for any Dragon kit is another set of instructions. They are dire, okay? They are bloody awful, as they always are. But with this kit we have got online, there's an Errata that we can use, and yeah, really, really cool. So it gives you some hints and tips. So we'll show you that as we go through the instructions, and it applies to the Revell kit as well. The reason I got it was I was chatting to a guy at Telford. I'm sorry I've forgotten who you are, but I was chatting to you and you told me that you'd actually built this Revell Dragon kit, and it seemed like they still hadn't corrected the issues in the instructions. So I thought it would be interesting to see, and also to see if it is actually a Dragon kit, or is it Revell have borrowed Dragon's moulds, or is it not a Dragon kit at all? I've just bought a 1974 110. I haven't looked inside the box, I haven't looked at any reviews, so I don't know. But basically I think it is the Dragon kit, I'm sure it is. So let's have a look inside the box and see where we're going. Have a look around the box. So on overhead cam, we can see on the nice glossy box there, we've got it's absolutely huge, this box. It's level 5, as you can see. It's got 423 parts, 37.8 centimeters long, 50.6 centimeters wingspan. So it's a nice size kit. And the thing is that always amazes me with these Revell kits is the price. I don't know how they do it. I mean, when you look at like the Heinkel 111, was it $29.99 I think? And then it went up to like 40 quid. And you had the Junkers 88, and that was like £30 or whatever. You know, you had the 219, that was £30. You've got the Spitfire now for 20 quid, this for 50 quid. You know, it's absolutely incredible. And when you consider, you know, this is like 50% of the cost of a Tamiya Spitfire, or what is it, 25% of the cost of a Tamiya Mosquito. You know, it's a twin engine fighter, it's the same size as a Mosquito, and it's, you know, it's 25% of the cost. It's like 12% of the cost of a HK Lancaster, or this is the one that got me, 8% of the cost of a Border Models Lancaster. So But you know, if it is a Dragon kit, it's going to be lovely. So let's have a look around the box. Now, going around the box here, we can see on the sides we've got some information there. I'll try and get it all glossed out. So it's telling us in German and English and some other languages there. And we've got some CAD images here of the, well, not CAD images, sorry, photographs of the actual built model, which is something I do like about Revell. You're actually seeing what you get rather than the CAD images, because all the CAD image is showing you is how good the guy was on the computer that did it. Whereas this is actually showing you what you could end up with. And this is where you want to look on your Revell kit. It's on the side by the barcode. It's got their address and everything, and it'll say at the bottom, and here it's saying made in Poland. Now that's weird, because if this is the Dragon kit, I would have thought it would say made in China, because Dragon are Chinese. Because if you look at the Hasegawa reboxings, they say made in Japan. If you look at the ICM reboxings, they will say made in Ukraine. And if you look at the Academy reboxings, it will say made in Korea. So look on the side here. If it says made in Poland, it means it's a Revell Germany product. So maybe it is that bloody old kit. Maybe people were wrong. End of the box there. I can't really get it under the camera, but it's just so big. You can see there at the end of the box, typical Revell. Here we've got all our paint call-outs in Revell, which is, I do actually like Revell paints. They're not very good for spraying because they seem to take forever to dry, but they are lovely for brush painting. And then here again, the Revell thing, they've got all the sprues there laid out on top of each other. And it does certainly look like the Dragon kit to me. It doesn't look like the old kit. So very, very nice. And there's some bits and pieces there. It's telling us for its models for suitable for ages 13 to adult. There you go. So it's a level 5 kit. A lot of people do wonder what level it is. So let's have a look inside the box. As I say, the other thing I'm looking at is the size of the box. I don't think it needs to be this big. So, oh my god, this is the first time I've looked in here. And as you can see, straight away it says on there, made in China. So it probably is the Dragon kit. The Dragon don't box them like this. What is interesting, that I've noticed straight away, is the plastic looks very pale. The plastic looks very much like normal Revell plastic. So is it Revell plastic? And if you look at the Dragon plastic, look at the difference in colour. You can see the Dragon plastic is much, much darker. So that's interesting. I'll leave those Dragon instructions out. So let's have a look. But I mean, if the plastic is normal Revell plastic, that's absolutely fine. I have no issue with that at all. Nothing wrong with Revell plastic. But why do Revell keep doing this? Look, not only are the boxes crap. Revell boxes, as you know, they're always, they've got no rigidity in them whatsoever. But look at this. You know, we're supposed to be going green. How many of these boxes could you get on a truck? If you thought you had a 40-foot trailer on a truck, how many of these boxes could you get in there? If you'd made the box this big, how many more could you get in there? You know, in fact, I'm going to do something. Okay, so this is the box for my TA152 from Zucchini, which I still haven't painted yet. And as you can see, if we go to the above camera, you can see it is much smaller. Well, I'll hold it up here for you to look at. This is the Revell box, okay? This is the Revell box. This is the Zucchini box. Let's turn it around. This is the Zucchini box. This is the Revell box, yeah? In fact, if I put them like that, you'll see that the Zucchini box is the same width as the Revell box is tall. So here we are on the overhead cam again. Put that box in there. Look at that. I mean, it is like 10 millimeters too wide. But they could have fitted that kit in that box. Look at it. They could have fitted that in there. No problem. They keep doing it, don't they, Revell? And they often put a partition in there as well. And I don't know why you do it. The thing is, this is in a truck, and it's like boom, 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 it's getting chucked around in a warehouse. You know, it's a real pain. But anyway, there we go. So that's our bag of sprues. So the sprues are in individual bags in one big bag by the look of it. So that's cool. So we'll get all this out of the way. Let's get this box out of the way. And we'll start off by having a look at the instructions. So I've got over here, I've got the Dragon instructions. So this is what I'm talking about when I say about Dragon being crap. You know, this is the Revell instructions. I know this is 2021 and this is like 2008 or whatever it was, 2007. But if you look here, Okay, you've got an image, sprue call-outs, the bluest part's not used, and then you're straight into here, and you've got some health and safety stuff here in your colours, but you're straight into here, and you've got, in fact, I will put these instructions out, and you can look at every page, and then you can save it and zoom in on it if you want to. In fact, I will zoom in it for you. I'm going to come out a bit actually on that. There we go. So you can now look at these, screen save them, screen dump them, whatever, and you will get the Dragon colour callouts in Mr. Hobby colours rather than Revell, because Revell colours are going to be silky matte grey, which is, what's that? What is it? And this is going to give you your RLM numbers as well in here. Look, so there we go. So that's the first. I mean, you can see how busy it is. There's errors in here. There's bits missing. There's bits actually fitted to the parts already, and then you know, and then so we'll go through that list in a minute. I'll show you that list. But there we go. So that's step 1 and step 2, and you can see there's so much going on in one step. It's unbelievable. And then we go over the page here, and we've got step 4. Okay, so again, you'll have all your colour callouts and everything on here. Okay. And then there's your colour callouts for the painting and the markings. And there's 7 there and 8 there. That's a bit unusual, so we'll get that over there so you can see that. Okay, and then you've got, oh, that's the Dragon instructions there. Again with colour callouts or not, I don't know. Okay, and then over here, you've already seen that. There you have it. You haven't seen that one, have you? There we go. Don't forget, you can also get resin conversion sets for these. I've actually got one for the G4 Night Fighter. You can get them from Ames, so Night Fighters, and you can get the Shrek music on there as well, with the upward facing guns, which is pretty cool. Okay, so there you go. That's the Dragon instructions for you. And then up comes 2021. Revell get hold of it, and this is what they give you. So first of all, you've got a coloured image on the front of the box. Let's just zoom out a little bit. There we go, so we can get it all in. We've got this bloody glossy paper, which is a pain. Glossy all the way through. Yeah. Okay, so let me get this light sorted. Okay, so that's about as good as I'm going to get it, I think. But sorry if you get glossed out on anything. So yeah, Revell have done a really nice job. You've got a proper little book and everything in there, so which is really nice. You've got some health and safety advice on the front there. Oh, 2019, this is 2 years ago they did this, blimey. So basically, typical Revell manual with all your images here for how to do things and how to do your decals. You've got all the symbols and that going through. You've got your colour callouts, and these colour callouts are all, this is some different symbols as well. And your colour callouts, you'll often get a mix here. So you've got iron metallic mixed with anthracite matte. What colour is that going to give you? You've got your leather browns and all that. So you've got your Revell paints there. If you want to use Revell paints, by all means do. But you're probably better off with something else. I'll be using Mr. Hobby or Tamiya. So there we've got our sprue callouts here. Need spare parts, no problem. They are brilliant. Revell, I think, are probably the best company I've ever dealt with. Not just models, any company on the planet. Sales, after sales and service, and that is just absolutely amazing. So yeah, really pleased with them. More sprue callouts here. You can see we've got some parts here not used. So straight away we're into the cockpit. We've got decals for the cockpit, as you can see, or decals for the cockpit. We've got aiming instruments there. We've got some side panels and everything. Seat going together. Decals for the seat belts. I'm not sure if we've got moulded on seat belts or not, but I can't see the seat here. But I'm not sure if we've got decals to go onto the moulded on seat belts or if it's just decals. And then adding the seat into the cockpit there. And then you can see here, let's just have a look. Step 1 in here takes us all the way up to, I would say, step 26. So Revell do it in 26 steps, Dragon do it in 1. See what I mean? So I'm starting to make up some ammo and bins and everything. Got some radio gear there. We've got the seat for the rear gunner. We've got the cannons going underneath, and then we've got the side panels going on. And then we've got more interior parts going in here. Machine guns going into the front. And then we're putting it all together, sandwiching it all up. We've got the nose going on. And then we're going to add in some pits on the top. We've got the different versions there. So C2, C7. We've got a part of the floor going in there, add in the nose, and then we're going to start on the engine. We've got the wing spars going in there. Start on the engines, which are going to be beautifully detailed, being Dragon. They're all going together there, and then we've got, this is, I believe, the intakes, is it, or is this the undercarriage bays? Yes, the undercarriage bays. And then we've got some engine parts going together here. Starting on the undercarriage legs, they're going to be nice and big and substantial. Exhaust parts here going together. So that's funny, they slide in. That's going to be interesting. Looks like they slide in together. Adding the exhaust onto the side of the engines, make sure you get the alignment right. If you're not sure how they're going to fit, don't fit them until you fit them in, because there's nothing worse than fitting your exhausts on now and then finding when you come to put the cowlings on, the cowlings are being interfered with by them. Drilling some holes in here, which is something I'm good at forgetting. Putting the engines together here, adding in some internal detail into the wheelbase. Putting the wings together, well, putting the engine in, then putting the wings together, clamp it all down, and then we're going to add our wingtip light there. I'm looking at that. That is F. Is that a clear sprue? I've got a feeling it may well be. Where are we? No, H is the clear sprue, so they're not clear. They could have made a clear wingtip there, couldn't they? Then moving on here, we've got the landing light by the look of it going in there, and then we're going to move on to adding some more landing lights and stuff in there. So we've got the different versions. Then we're doing all the same on the other side, and then we're going to start our tail wheel there going into its little pod. We've got our tail planes there. We've got a twin tail plane, just like a Lancaster. Adding the tail plane on with the twin booms, adding on the tail wheel there. Main undercarriage bay doors. We've got some bomb racks, they look lovely. We've got some bombs, they also look lovely. And then we've got some radiator intakes here. Now this is very weirdly drawn here. You look at this is very strange. And if you look in the Dragon instructions, it looks even stranger, if that's a word. Where are they? Here we go. They've sort of drawn this upside down, so you're sort of looking up into it. And it kind of looks like it's asking you to put the radiators in the wrong way, but make sure when you put the radiators in, you've got the radiator faces facing outwards, obviously forwards and aft. But it's all sort of, it's drawn upside down sort of thing. It's like you're fitting them up in rather than having it on the bench and fitting them down in. Okay, putting the wheels and tyres together, adding them in, starting on your canopy and everything. And then the canopy frame there, that's the little shelf around the top of the cockpit, drilling some holes in there. Got the machine gun there going in. That's a MiG 17 or is it a MiG 15? I call it a MiG, so it's MG 15 or 17, I can't remember now. And then we've got some more gauges and stuff going in there, some more clear parts, and then we've got the clear parts going in here. We can have the tops open or closed, adding all that on there. And then we're going to add some propellers, some spinners, and then we've got some antenna going in, some antenna there. We've got a pitot tube there by the look of it. And then we're done. And we've got some colour call outs here. So we've got the actual colour scheme here, which is the same as the Dragon boxing, but the Decal is a far bigger sheet. So we've got that bee or hornet, whatever it is, on the nose. So this was over from the Eastern Front in Russia, May 1942. And we've got the blue underneath, the grey on the top with the mottled sides, and then we've got the is it called dazzle camouflage? I can't think what it's called now. But you've got the sharp lines there in the camouflage on the grey and the green. And then we've got the underside here with the yellow flash. It's going to look absolutely gorgeous if you just build this out of the box. And then we've got all our stencil data here going on, which is nice touch. And then going over the page, we've got another variant here. We've got like a swan or something on the front there. And this is from France, June 1940, which is nice. We've got that dazzle camouflage going on there. And it's a much plainer, easier scheme to do, especially if you're brush painting. So there we go. And then we've got the stencils for the 1940 version there. So we've got prop stencils and everything. So really, really nice. Looking at the Decal sheet, it's very, very nice indeed. It says designed by Airdoc, printed in Italy. So I'm assuming it's Cartograph, but it is very, very nice. The decals are sort of semi-gloss. They've got carrier film between these letters, but as long as you get a nice gloss coat down, a lot of people say you don't need it, but if you don't put it down there, you might get silver, and if you get a good gloss coat under it, you won't. So that's why I always go gloss. But yeah, looking around them nice and close there, they are lovely. You've got all the instrument decals there, look, which are lovely, and there's all your seat belts across the bottom if you wanted to use them. You could actually lay them onto some foil and then cut the foil out and you use them as as harnesses, but with a great big canopy like this one, I would go to town and get yourself some HGW seatbelts, because they are the best in my opinion. So yeah, we got all the stencils there as well. Very nice decal set indeed. No swastikas, I notice, so you have to get some of those aftermarket or rob your spares box or whatever. But I'm not sure if the Dragon kit has swastikas. I very much doubt it. On the box front, they've got a diamond over the on the tail. But there's the Dragon decals compared to the Revell decals. You can see it's the same scheme here, but you know, it's just, there's nothing like as much in there. And you haven't got instrument decals and stuff either. But with the Dragon, you do get some PE. So you pay your money, you take your choice. But certainly for me, if I saw this Dragon kit on the shelf at for £80 and the Revell like I did for £50, I know which one I'd buy. But I also know which one I keep in the stash, because the Dragon box is solid. Yeah, you put anything on top of that Revell box, it'll just crush your kit. So there we go. So that's that. Let's have a look at the actual kit itself. So we'll get the bags open. Let's put these away so they're protected. But you got to be honest, when you look at just looking at the instructions, 50 quid. I mean, it's a lot of kit for 50 quid. I mean, you think this is less than the Vulcan, the Airfix New 2 Vulcan. So there we go. So we get this bag open, get rid of that one. You can see here we've got there's 2 sprues in there. There's 2 sprues in there. Got 3 engine sprues in there. There's our nose and some bomb racks. Clear parts. Clear parts look lovely, but they're not protected and they may well have scratched each other. We shall see. But the thing is, like I say, if any of this is damaged, you get onto Revell, it's going to get replaced like that. They are good as gold. We've got our wings there. So let's have a look at them first. So it's very nice plastic. It's not the grey like yeah, it's still got the Dragon on the sprue there. Still got Dragon there, so it's definitely the Dragon molds. The detail is beautiful. It's typical Dragon. They don't go big time on the rivets, the same as Revell don't. You've got a little bit of sinkage there, but it's longitudinal, so it'll just blend in. It's because of those stiffeners in the wings there. But no, it's not. It kind of looks like Revell, but it feels a little bit harder, I must be honest. But it's going to be. There's no huge panels or anything. It's going to be absolutely fine. So that's the wings there. That's the upper surfaces. They look very nice indeed. Look out of the way. And then here's the lower surfaces. So our actuators there already moulded in. We've got some panels down here. But you can see the surface detail is it's restrained, but it's there. You know, it's going to take a wash. It's going to look lovely. So yeah, all in all, for 50 quid, it's pretty great. So this bag here. There we go, guys. Just had another coffin fit there, so there's another break in the filming. There's a part there that's fallen off. In fact, I've got 2 of them. Okay, there's 2 of each in there. So there's 2 of them. Luckily, they've come off the sprue and not damaged the parts at all. But 2 of these. So we've got our drop tanks here, bombs. This is going to be engine underbelly, guns. It's all very nice indeed. Got the there's your tyres there with the tread, drop tanks. In fact, I can bring the light back over now because we haven't got those glossy bloody instructions anymore. Guns there, which look lovely, very nicely detailed. This plastic doesn't lend itself very well to the to filming, but we can see we've got some greeblies and bits and pieces for the cockpit there. So it's All very nice. Jess is down here just looking at me. What do you want, Jess? Is it bally time, is it? So that's those two there. Let's have a look at the clear parts last. Some little bits and pieces in here. So we've got our seats and everything on there. Let's get rid of those two there. So here we've got our, in fact, I've got this light grey board, and now we've got light grey plastic. So we've got all our some ammunition down here. Got some more ammunition down here. Some more tanks, more ammunition there. We've got an internal canopy frame there, which is a nice touch. Seats there. There are no moulded on belts, so you will need to get some aftermarket belts, or you just use the decals, whatever you want to do. And then we've got all these stiffeners here for inside the wheelbase. All very nice indeed. Got some control levers there. But the detail, it doesn't show very well on this light coloured plastic, even to the naked eye, but it's there. It's very crisp. It's not very flashy at all. That's been slide moulded, so it's cool. So yeah, all in all, very nice indeed. And then we've got two of these engine sprues. So there's only one look at one of them. So we've got our engine block here, our exhausts. I have actually got quick boost exhaust for one of these. I've also got loads of Edward photo etch, and I've got a big headset. So I don't know why I've bought a big headset and loads of other photo etch. But yeah, very nice indeed. Got some equipment here. That's the back of the engine. That's for the supercharger, I believe. We've got our prop hubs here. Yeah, you can see we've got all the wiring detail on the side of the engine block there. All very nice indeed. Prop blades look lovely. No flash around them, no real big seam lines to deal with. But yeah, you look at that little mechanism there for the back of the engine. It's all very nice. It's all very nicely done. So yeah. Like I keep saying, for 50 quid, it was just... it's a bloody bargain. Do you want me to build it? Do you want me to build it out of the box, or do you want me to add some photo etch? Got some more interior parts here. So these are the cockpit sidewalls. And there's the cockpit floor, one of them. And then we've got the sill that's going around the top of the cockpit there. Instrument panel. That's the framework for the seat for the rear. We've got the gun mount there for the cannons underneath. Some bulkheads, radio gear. Very nice. All crisp and all sharp. You can see the instrument panel there is very nice indeed. You can catch it in the light. So yeah. It's lovely. Very, very cleanly moulded. And then we got here, we got some, this is our wheelbase. Main wheelbase, got some raised rivet detail there, which is a nice touch. Main gear doors. Recessed rivets in them. Don't know those bits there. I think are they the air intakes for the oil coolers? Landing lights. And there's some other bits and pieces and greeblies down there. But you can see the detail in the wheelbase, quite nice. The rivet detail on there, and the rivet detail on the doors. And also we've got no ejector pin marks. We've got some sink marks in there because they're thick and one piece. But, you know, we haven't got to really worry about that too much because it would be probably all dented anyway. So, you know, use it to your advantage. In fact, we might have a look in a minute and see if there's sink marks on the Dragon. And that will give us an idea of Dragon. And then this sprue here, we've got our side panels. We've got a cockpit floor there. We've got the sill there, instrument panel, some bulkheads and stuff. There's our mounting there for our cannons underneath. The radios, you can see the detail on the radios there. If I can catch it in the light. There we go. So, very nice indeed. For the money, it's a bargain. And then going into here, we've got these are our fuselage sides. So we've got one here, okay, and then we've got the shroud there that goes over the gun mounts. Let's just zoom you out a bit to see this one. There we go. So you've got the fuselage sides there, all very nice. There's a tiny bit of rivet detail around the fillet there, but other than that, it's all just engraved lines really. They're not big on riveting, not like Trumpeter. But I've got the gun mounts there for the front, and then that's part of the mounts for the cannons underneath, I believe. But you can see the detail on the belly there. It's nothing nothing much, but it's enough to take a wash and everything and look really, really nice. You've got the same on the fuselage there. You've got some panel detail and stuff, and you've got all your engraved panel lines down there. Nothing much on the inside because, of course, you've got the separate interior cockpit walls. And then the final grey sprue we got here, we got our tail plane, our fins, sorry. I don't remember seeing the tail plane, they were with the wings. And then we've got, these are the doors for the tail wheel. I'm guessing that's the tail wheel halves there. And then we've got some more engine cowl parts, engine mounting bulkheads. I'm not sure what they are there. Got some bits and pieces there of the undercarriage by the look of it. Yeah, there's our main undercarriage legs there. Got some supports there for the undercarriage. And yeah, well, it's some bits and pieces. So very nice indeed. I'm just going to say, I don't remember seeing the tyres, but I did see the tyres on the first sprue, didn't I? Then we've got our wingtips there with our separate, well, there are separate clear lenses then for the lights. So there we go. And there's that, so that's that one. And then finally, we've got our clear sprue. So get this one out very carefully, and I can put it back together separately then, because they've, as you can see, they've just put these two in the same bag, and they're all scratching up against each other and everything. So very, very nice clear parts. They are extremely clear. How can we do the test? Let's get this Edward instruction sheet. We'll put that over there, and you can see there's a little bit of distortion, but nothing much. What's it like on that one? So you're going to see your interior through them, absolutely lovely. And then we've got these here. You can see there, it's very nice indeed. So yeah, really pleased with them, they look lovely. So I'm going to put them over there, leave them there, and then I'll pack them up with some foam around them. So the thing we need to do now is have another look at the instructions, because I've got something here that you're all going to like very much. This is the instructions errata list by none other than the famous Brett Green. And you can see there, this is from Hyperscale, and it's available online. And if I zoom the camera in here, you can see on the bottom, across the bottom here, this is the location where you can find it and download it. And basically what Brett's done is gone through the Dragon instructions and done a error list, okay, because there's bits missing, there's parts that are already there, you know, parts are already fitted, not covered in the instructions. So basically, I'll give you an example here. Pilot's throttle quadrant is incorrectly labelled part E46 on the instructions. It is actually part D46 on the sprues. So if we have a look at the Revell instructions and we get to the throttle quadrant bit, they've called it D46, so there you go, that's all sorted. If we come to part D20 is a rack for an extra machine gun FF ammunition drum. It should not be installed on part D18 as illustrated. Also, there is a second part D20 not mentioned in the instructions. So part 20, so D20, I know what that is. Okay, so I've got the Dragon instructions here now. So what they're saying is, part D20 is a rack for an extra ammunition drum. It should not be installed on part E19 as illustrated. So remember, this is for the Dragon instructions. So part E19 is here, and this is the main floor for the main mount for the cannons on the bottom. So D20 is shown as going onto there. That's actually incorrect, but if you've got the Revell kit, don't worry, because it's not telling you to put it on there. What it's telling you to do is put it onto the floor. Okay, I did see it in here. The cockpit floor, part E14, this part here, this is the main cockpit floor. And these two parts you can see here, these are the D20s. So they do actually tell you in these instructions to put one in, and I can't see where it is now. I know I've seen one. That is really weird. They actually tell you to fit this one, I think. But basically, the two parts D20 are in the kit. There we go. They're telling you to put one there. So you got some part D20, the L-shaped bracket going into the floor there. But there's actually two of them, and there should be one over there as well. Okay, they're only telling you to put one in. So this is what this is for. All right, and then you've got two extra ammo drums each side made up from parts D55 and D58. That is these here, step 9. So you've got D55 and D58. Okay, ammo drums, they should go onto those. Okay, and it basically goes on like that, and it tells you that E1 is a small box that should be installed on the port sidewall. The part is pictured as installed but not mentioned in the instructions. So this is a typical Dragon thing. They do this all the time. If you've got Dragon kits, you've got to be really careful. So you've got the port sidewall, which is here, and there's the port sidewall there, and there's a little box in there. Okay, there's a little box there, just where the end of my finger is there. Okay, and Revell have done the same. So part E1, it was over the page, wasn't it? Part E1 is a small box that should be installed on the port sidewall. Part E1 is a small box. We can go back in the instructions here and find it. So part E1 is a small box there. Okay, part E1. And then when you come to the instructions, you look at the port sidewall, and sure enough, there it is, already fitted. So this is really handy to have. So print this off, print this Errata sheet off, and it will help you build a better model from it. So it's 3 pages, I think. It might have been 4 pages, and I've missed one out because it was adverts or something. But yeah, it's 3 pages I've got here. I've got 2 pages here because I've lost one. Only an idiot like me could lose something when you're sat on your desk. Oh, I've done one here from 16th of September 2008. Yeah, so I've done, this is the same one, but I printed that off in 2010, as you can see. So that's going to go with my Dragon kit, and this can stay with this one. So there we are. So get yourself that printed off. As I say, that's where you'll find it there, on the bottom of the page here. Hyperscale.com, 2008 features, BF110C, blah, blah, blah. All right, get that printed off, and that'll help you immensely with your build. So there we are, guys. That's the kit. And sorry it's been a bit sort of sketchy, but I've been coughing a lot. And at one point, I managed to put a sprue down on the camera and it zoomed the camera in. So I hope I haven't missed too much footage. I've actually gone back over and filmed a load. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. And get rid of this bloody cold, and then we can get on with our Lancaster. I don't know if you can see it. It's there. The Lancaster is there. Okay, so it's ready to go. Right. Bye for now.